anywho, we gonna round up to the next reality show that has just finished. The most talked about, Love is Blind.
Love is Blind.
Ooh.
So we didn't get a
Woo.
chance yet to talk about that outside of here. So this will be our first time interacting with each other, talking about the reunion episode of Love is Blind.
First, let's talk about the last episode.
Okay, okay.
The last episode was Chelsea and Jimmy. They went out on an amazing date. They get back home, and Jimmy's like, hey, so are we ever going to talk about what we're going to do? And Chelsea's like, I don't know. Da-da-da. She's doing her normal Chelsea thing. And he's like, yeah, I don't want to marry you. And she was like, how could you break this to me after we had such an amazing date? He was like, yeah, you broke my trust when you said that I F my best friend. So you know what? It ain't going to work.
He was wrong for bringing her on such a special date and delivering that
Was
message.
he?
And he was wrong for then also prompting her with the question. He
Was
should have
he?
just said, I know we had a great time. I'm sorry to spoil this time.
No, I like it.
But
I
he's
liked
out
it.
like,
Well, let me tell you why
was
I
good.
liked it. Because Chelsea has been on his ass the entire season.
Yep.
So her insecurity is that she couldn't even hear when he would say I love you. So then she would be like, we went a whole day, you didn't say I love you. We went a whole night and you didn't hug me and you didn't this. And I'm like, girl, shut down them phones, okay? Why we got a phone going off in the middle of a podcast?
I know. I apologize.
Jesus, I can't even get my thoughts together.
Forgive me, girl. I got a 15. How do I do this?
It's something like that.
I got you.
Thank you. So back to what I was saying. You could just pull the thing down, hit
I hit
do not disturb. Okay, thank you. So anywho, going back to what I was saying about Chelsea. Chelsea has been so insecure the entire season. So by the time that Jimmy was like, you could tell that Jimmy resolved to be like, you know what, let me just go with the flow until I can't take it no more. And I think that was at the point where he was. He was like, yeah, I don't really want to marry her, but we had a great date.
But can you understand why?
Hell yeah. I understood. I understood after that one argument where she was like, and you fucked her. And he
Girl,
was
that
like,
was
so
so
you
funny.
want, he was like, so you're saying you want to be done. And she was like, I don't know what I'm saying. He was like, so you're saying you don't trust me? Because if you don't trust me, it's done. And she was like, I can't trust you. And he was like, okay, it's done. And then 5 minutes later, she in the bathroom like, Jimmy, I'm sorry. You know what I meant. And he was like, no, you can't just talk to me
Right.
like that. And I agree. You,
I'm with
Chelsea,
you.
if you're watching this, Chelsea,
Chelsea.
you are the woman who said you were married and you learned from your first marriage.
The first two.
First two, I thought she was only married one time. Jeffrey's saying this too.
Okay.
So
if I'm wrong, I'll give you $5 later.
okay,
on.
give me $5. But Chelsea,
Oh, you're gonna give me $5?
no, because
Well-
I'm right.
Okay.
So back to what I
So
was
we'll
saying
see.
before I was rudely interrupted. Chelsea, you haven't learned, you haven't healed, and if you have, your behavior didn't show in this show. Take the moments to really ground in and realize where your insecurities are coming from. Because
Do you
if
think
a
she's
man,
insecure?
Hell yeah.
Duh. Everybody thinks she's insecure.
Hell yeah.
She shows the insecurity.
Hell yeah.
Baby.
Because what woman comes onto a reality show and says, I look like Megan Fox? And this is a show that we ain't supposed to talk about what we look like.
But I will tell
and
you
the
this.
minute you say
I
you
could see her under. Somebody said you might resemble Megan Fox
Like
with
the
makeup and stuff on. I can see that, but I can't. But I know when.
that's pretty
Oh,
much
Hear
right.
up.
You said from the nose to the forehead. From the nose to the forehead.
The eyebrows to the
I
eyes.
can agree. You know what?
That
You're
was
right.
it.
You're
Once
right.
you pull down, somebody on Instagram did it where it was like Megan Fox and Jay Leno and they meshed them together. That's her. I agree. If you put them two
Bitch, I
together,
didn't see that. You got to send it to us.
I will send it to y'all. I was like, that's her.
We'll show it to you.
You know, it's just one of those things. But get over your insecurities.
So wait.
So-
what did you think whenever they were getting together? Because I don't think we talked whenever. Remember they're at the pool scene.
Oh yeah.
So what were you thinking about? And how did you feel about that whenever all the cast and stuff got back together and they started singing each other? And then whenever they remember, what did she tell him?
The
That
EpiPen.
bitch. Yeah. That is one of my favorite fucking moments.
Are gonna need an EpiPen to
Baby,
keep those
she was
airways
motherfucking
open
right.
once you see me, because you just gonna be hard to breathe. I was like,
Okay, baby. I was like, bitch. She said you were gonna need a motherfucking EpiPen when you see me.
Well, look,
She was cute.
Her
She-
confidence.
she was gorgeous, and that's the confidence that Chelsea needed. She
Okay.
needed to feel
You
that way
need
about
that.
herself. Like, you gonna need an
Baby.
EpiPen. Instead, she came off right off the bat. Oh, I look like T-Rex, huh? When I ran to you, you putting these thoughts into
But
his
she
head.
did.
But
look
she
like
did.
T-Rex.
You putting these thoughts.
She
I was
looked like she
like-
knew what she looked like. So just like she said she liked Megan Fox, she knew she looked like a T-Rex. Do you know what I'm saying? She
I
knew
was like,
she
what is she doing? If I was on
did.
the other end, I would have ran back. Close the door. Close the door.
But he thought he was the bomb too. I was like, ooh,
I mean,
girl.
he wasn't. Jimmy was just like I felt like Jimmy was a wholesome looking guy. There was no like, if I'm on the
He looks like
experiment.
one of my clients.
But if this is an experiment about Love is Blind, then it should
what I'm talking
definitely
about.
be blind.
I'll show you.
It should. They shouldn't be
And-
allowed. As soon as you say anything about your parents, you should be taken out of the experiment.
About
All
your
right,
parents.
tap them out.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But what did you guys think about AD and Clay?
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I didn't know how he was going to do it. I knew that he was only into, okay, body. Now, that was my telltale sign. As soon as she walked down the aisle, and all you had to say to me was, okay, body. You didn't think, wow, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful. He was like, okay, body. That's what you think of me.
Ain't you from Ohio?
I don't, what the fuck
I'm-
that
I'm
got to do with
messing. I'm
anything?
joking.
First of all, don't try to come for Ohio.
Right. This is Florida and Ohio on the motherfucking panel.
I mean,
I'm sorry, we're California. How long you been here?
like,
Yeah, so we're California.
I think we all knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, very clear to everyone, but unfortunately, AD, it was very, very clear too. And it was quite sad to see like the whole, like her having a breakdown moment, then him trying to kind of weasel his way. I felt like it was very like manipulative of him to come in there and be like kissing on her, like, oh, but I'm gonna do better. I'm going to therapy. Let's keep dating. She told you at that table when y'all was on Mexico, wherever they took you, I'm gonna adhere to the time that they have given us. If you don't say yes on decision day, then I'm out
I'm
of
out.
here. And so it's like for you to hear that and then still think, okay, well, I'm gonna get my way.
And I did like her mom too. Her mom was very, very, very nice.
And his mom. I
Yeah,
love
they're
both of the moms.
Oh, I like his mom was very good. She was blunt. She was to the point. I said, "That's Sagittarius girl," but the mom was good.
Yeah.
So, well,
The
we hope
reunion.
that. Do you love the reunion?
I loved it.
It's good.
Once again, I'm still not fans of the host. I think it's time to retire Nick and Vanessa.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not asking enough of the right questions. I wanted
Yeah.
like they'll ask a question, but then drill down, and they didn't do enough drilling down. I felt like Clay offered a lot, and I felt his heartfelt moment. I really did feel that, and
He was tearing up.
he was tearing up. The voice was choked up, and I love how AD just looked back and was like,
And that dress.
Okay.
She said,
She always looks good.
Oh, you gonna know what you're missing.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you gonna be sorry. You
But
left
I will
and
say
said
the
no to
thing
me.
that I hate about AD is that she looks different when she wakes up than she does around, and that's the thing that I
So-
What you mean by that?
"So you saying without her lashes?"
Duh. And this is not a read. This
sound like it.
No. I want to see somebody in their natural state first. This is, you know what I'm saying? Let me see you in your natural state and let me see you in that natural state because when I wake up to you, it's going to be in that natural state.
But
When-
I don't think that was the problem that Clay
I don't think
had
there's a
with
problem
her.
either. But I'm just saying, for me, I want to see her in her natural state. So stop wearing
Okay.
all the makeup. Let's remember that.
She doesn't wear a lot though. Like honestly, I feel like
Are you coming to her defense or are you going to listen to what I have to say?
Go ahead, Jeff.
It's
So
about-
it's about the lashes. It's about the things that when she takes off her lashes, she looks totally different.
Yeah.
And so all I'm saying is that remember, I thought that the guy was talking. Remember the last Love Is Blind, the guy says, "Well, you had on all this makeup." And he
Oh
was
yeah, I
making,
remember that.
I hated that the guy said that, right? Because I thought that, oh, it's great. But even when she took off her makeup, she was still good looking. And I'm not saying that AD wasn't good looking. I'm just saying that sometimes I think that now people should just like show you what you're gonna get.
That's what I look like. Because guess what? Ain't not a drop of makeup. I just came from working out.
Ding. Look at me. I don't have my makeup either.
Well, you bet not.
Duh. But there are people who wear makeup. I don't wear makeup. But anyway, so
what
any
you
more
think,
thoughts?
Yeah, what do you think
Yeah.
about the AD and Clay?
For AD and Clay,
In the
I mean,
reunion.
I'm glad she was like very much like, oh, this is my past. Oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with what you're saying right now. I don't know where I'm supposed to take this message. I like that she was giving him that type of attitude because you got to work for this, buddy. Like, I get it. You worked on yourself. You went to therapy. Thank you for doing that. But you got to actually try to win me back. You can't just sit here and say how you
I
turned
agree.
yourself around and now
Yep.
you're ready and you think that's supposed to make me just jump on the other side. No, you got to put action into it.
Because she's not desperate. She has
Yeah.
done her thing. She's got her success. You know what I'm saying? She does her things to be successful. She
Yeah.
has loving parents. She's a loving person. So yeah.
And I just, I was a fan of hers. I'm with you, Jeffrey. I do wish she would take them lashes off. Or if she's going to get lashes, have them look a little more natural. Those are just a little too thick and fluttery.
I didn't say anything bad with them. I think they look good on her. But I'm saying I think that when she presents herself, she should present herself sometimes.
What you talking about, Willis?
Right. I think that she looks good with lashes. Those are kind of, I think those
They're a little heavy.
Those are
They're
mink.
a little heavy.
They're mink. You know what I'm saying? And so,
That don't mean shit. You can get
doesn't
some
mean
thin.
anything, right.
You can get some thin mink ones.
because like in the African American community, they think that if you don't wear lashes or have your nose and tails done, your nails and toes done, then you're not. It's like if you
Not necessarily. I
That's
don't
how-
get my lashes done, but I get
that's
my
how some
nails
people
and
feel.
toes.
Some people feel that you can at least have your lashes done, girl. And I'm just saying, it's just
And I feel the opposite. I feel like if you're not
yeah.
gonna do like, there's certain things you can get away with just doing one of, but I think certain things just look a little odd when you don't do the rest of the face. Like, you know how some people do the eyeliner and then you don't do the rest of the makeup or like the lash. Because that's what I've also felt was wrong with AD's makeup is sometimes it would be like the lashes and then the rest of the face wasn't necessarily like
Glam.
Right.
Yeah, so then it was just like it looked a little out of place. It's
so
like
that's why
unbalanced.
I'm like, just go ahead and just do, boom,
Yeah.
just be you. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't think that she looked bad, but I think that girl, you look like a Chernobyl patient whenever you take off the makeup and stuff because you don't have any
I'm
eyebrows.
hanging
you
up.
Don't have any,
This is me hanging up because he said a Chernobyl patient.
I'm just saying because you have no.
Goodbye.
You know what I'm
Signing
saying?
off.
And so because that messes with people. You know what I'm saying? That could mess with you because I'm
It
looking
could,
at this.
but like, damn, you called her Chernobyl. That
I like you, AD. I really do.
I really do, and I'm so glad you gave him that good Heisman on that reunion episode. You
Me too.
are worth a lot, and he needs to.
but let's go back to the reality of it. I feel like they did say that they talk every day still. They still communicate. They're still in close contact with
And
each
they
other.
went on vacation. Remember I told you that?
Yes, and they've gone, yeah. So I think the door may be slightly ajar for her.
But even as friends, so they could still be friends and not be lovers. Because
Well, then that would be the other Kenneth and whatever her name was. Kenneth and Brittany, was that her name?
Oh yeah,
Kenneth,
Brittany
who's still in the
and
closet
them.
with the
Those
twist.
were the ones I thought said that they talk to each other every day,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hold on.
and that made me think
Stop.
even more of what you said.
Stop it. Because I want to be clear when.
Clear.
Who wants to say their stuff first? Tayana, are you first?
No, go
Or
ahead,
are
because you
first?
seem like the movement
no.
has taken over.
No, I'm listening
The
to what you have
spirit
to say.
hit him.
No, I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Oh,
Because I like this subject.
I mean, the whole Kenneth thing. Okay, let's
Tell me when you first thought about. So go from the
Okay.
beginning with Kenneth.
from the beginning. When I saw the lineup of men, I said, "Who is this black man with this girly twist in his hair?" And the reason why I call him girly twist is because that's what women do for a twist out. He didn't look like he was about to lock up. Because normally if you're about to lock, you do coils. His just looked like, oh, I'm going to just get my fine parts and my twist, and I'm going to just swing my hair. So
I'm an
in the-
LGBTQ person
and
on the panel.
listen, I'm not
Plus.
mad at it.
Go ahead.
I'm not anti-LGBTQ. I just love when people recognize where they lie.
Okay.
And I feel like he hasn't come to terms with that.
Okay.
He was very, there was some femininity.
Such as,
The way he would hold himself, his demeanor.
but
Even when they were on
straight men can't do that.
when they were on that boat together, it just didn't look like he wanted to hold her.
I agree that.
It
that
just
part.
looked like he just wanted to be like,
Okay,
I'm perched.
Okay.
Girl, you see these dolphins? I love dolphins. And when she was like, I'm having a meltdown, and he's like, okay, we done.
But you ain't do it like that. It was like this.
Yeah.
He didn't
I was
even
like,
look up.
you have no ounce of care in the world because you don't like women.
Look, it said you got mail.
Period. You don't like women because what man
Hold
will
on.
have a beautiful woman in front of them, spilling her eyes out, saying how much she loves and adores you, and you look up and be like, "Okay, we done."
So stop.
Okay, cool.
Tayana, go ahead. What's your thing? Because I can't wait
It's,
from the beginning.
So for me, I didn't pick up on any of those things in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say, oh, all along. I didn't. I
Right.
just was like, oh, this is a nice fella. I hope they work. Because I was like rooting for them. I was sending text messages to them like, oh, this is the couple. And then
You
the
was sending text
honeymoon-
on IG.
No, not to IG, just text messages.
Oh,
Actually
to
sent them
us.
to
I was
y'all.
like, wait, who was you texting?
Yeah. And so I'm like thinking like this is the couple until they hit the honeymoon. Then I said, something's off. I'm not seeing a lot of video of them. And they were like the highlighted couple for a while. And then when they started showing video of them, I said, oh,
What? You
that's
said,
why
oh,
they
what?
not showing the video.
What you
'cause
mean?
It was just like lifeless. It was just like he being dragged along. Like
Okay.
he just showing up. But he off somewhere else, like, and it was like awkward. And I was like, oh, no wonder why they wasn't showing any video. Like,
Because-
it would have been uncomfortable.
But did you
to
think
watch
about
a lot of.
sexuality at any point?
Not at any point until we had our conversation. And then I was like, that makes sense. Because I was trying to figure out, I'm like, she is gorgeous.
Okay.
She's gorgeous.
So this is what happened.
Even without makeup.
So this is what
When
happened.
she had them glasses on, I'm gonna let you finish. But the girl was like crying with glasses on and gorgeous down with
Bitch, I
no
was
makeup.
mad.
With no makeup.
and
I'm
she
like,
was so loving.
yes.
She was amazing.
Yeah.
She was the person that when you said you're going to an experiment to do, she went into that experiment and did exactly
Yep.
what she said she was going to do.
Yep.
Right. For me, I noticed it when, first of all, I'm like thinking to myself, because I'm gay, I also think that there are men that might have great qualities that might. So at no point am I thinking, okay, I thought, but let me not think about that because he could just be a clean cut person. Like there are so many guys now who have literally become cleaner or they're in the fashion because
Yeah.
we've given them that. And like my child, I'm like, girl, I want you to look the best. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those same type of things. So anyway, when I saw him, it wasn't until they got to that fucking where they met each other. I mean, I thought about it and I'm like thinking, okay, Jeffrey, just get it out your mind, bitch. Get it out your mind. Get it out your mind. But God gave me a sense of intuition, honey. And it's right. So when they met,
And they're running towards each
but
other.
you can't even see how Humpty Dumpty just bent over like this. Right?
With that booty out.
He bent over with his booty out, like he didn't want to let. You know how girls don't try to squeeze a man because they don't want to squeeze their titties. He didn't want to squeeze his tits against hers. Anyway, I was just like thinking, okay, well, there is no chemistry there, and that's the minute I knew, oh, he gay.
And
Because
then-
there is
yeah.
no reason that this girl, I am gay.
She's beautiful.
And I'm like, this bitch, you should be fucking kissing her. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, girl, I'm gay, but this bitch is fine.
Right.
And she like somebody like you, and she ain't even seen your ass yet, and she's totally happy.
That
and
part.
this bitch is gorgeous, and you look like this 26-year-old kid that looks like Humpty Dumpty. And I'm saying this not to defend you, but just to let you know, girl, that you do look like Humpty Dumpty. You can lose a little pounds, and just saying that she was gorgeous, and then your body was totally different. So you guys were different, but she saw you in a different way. And when you didn't want to kiss her, it's like, okay, you didn't want to kiss, you don't want to touch her, and then you gaslit her as if, well, if that's why you want to break up, then hey, I'm good. So you're
So-
gaslighting her. And then when I saw him on the phone, no, I'm just doing work and everything. And I'm like thinking, girl, no, bitch, you're on Grindr because you ain't been
First of
wherever.
all.
And so you're going to suck a little dick or do that. But there is no way that you can have.
So do you think he knew that he was gay prior to coming on the show, or do
Of
you
course.
think
Yeah.
he,
What you think,
I
girl?
think he's bi. I think
And he is
because-
not bi.
Did you watch first season? There was a guy on there who was bi, but I know that guy.
Did he
is to
say
be
that he
gay.
was bi?
Did you watch season 1? The guy
Carlton? I think
Carlton.
was
He
his
came
name.
out.
Yeah.
He was in the pods with the girl who.
Oh
he was
yes,
gonna,
the
and
light
he
skin
said
one
right
with the light
right away
girl.
that
I
he
never,
was. He was.
I
he
never
said
heard
he was bi.
Carlton say he was bi.
He did.
The light skinned
He's-
black man.
He wasn't light skinned. He was like my complexion.
You're light skinned.
Okay. He
The
was,
one that had the short hair,
Yeah.
the
and-
light color eyes.
No, they weren't light color.
So I need to go back to season 1 because I
Go to
don't
season
remember
1.
that girl. I will go. However,
but he was very.
that man
effeminate.
is not bi. He's gay. He's always in church because he's trying to pray the gay away. And if I'm in church, then people are gonna be like, "Oh well, he's a church guy, so he ain't gonna do all the things that men do." And
That's
men,
where you find your friend.
men, you so funny. Okay, because that's the next.
Your
Grindr.
counterparts be right in there with you, like, I
Right.
see you, girl.
Okay, but I just think that men in general like to have sex.
So can I throw in a sidebar?
No,
So-
go ahead, Tiana. What you thinking?
Oh, go ahead. I want to hear this.
So let me throw in this one sidebar, which
Just one.
it popped up because when they all met up on a honeymoon, AD's brought to his attention, hey, are you gonna be okay being in an interracial relationship?
Girl, please. That was just a segue for him to.
I don't know. I don't
No,
know because I
bitch.
felt like he was so loving in the pods and stuff with her, and that.
I can love you as a girl too. I can be loving, honey.
So the question is, do y'all think he switched up? So we'll start with Tiana.
No.
I think maybe he didn't realize that. Like, I think maybe he probably knew that maybe he had affection towards men. But you know how some people think, like, oh no, like, I like women. I want to be with a woman. I think it could have been
No,
like more
I'm
of a-
asking more about what AD asked about, like being in an interracial relationship as a black man. How do you feel about that? Because I think he started to
he-
pull back a little bit.
I think he used that as an excuse to pull back.
Exactly.
I don't
Ding,
think
ding,
it.
ding,
I don't
ding,
think
ding,
it set off.
ding, ding.
You
Right.
knew she was already what
That
she
she
was.
was white, 'cause
Y'all already had a deep
And you can hear her,
discussion.
and she
Yep.
knew it by your
Yeah.
voice. And so,
I agree.
Yeah,
You had
girl,
all that time
was
to
just
think
an
about it
excuse.
and think about how your
And
parents
it's
and,
like,
family
ooh,
and friends will
Let
react.
me use this as an
Yeah,
issue.
yeah.
No, that was a great get out.
Yeah.
So I will tell you because there was a time where I did a talk show where I wanted to go to New York, and someone was like, "Okay, Jeffrey, my friend, and you can say you have a secret crush on my friend, and y'all can get to New York." You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. So I went on this show as I had a secret crush on this girl who I didn't even know about, bitch. But I'm looking for the man. Do you see what I'm saying? So I know how it goes.
Yeah.
And I will say, in what's his name case, I can
Kenneth.
understand. In Kenneth's case, I can understand. I can understand because as a young person myself, I didn't want to be gay. You know what I'm saying? I understood. I have a child. So, but
so what about his response to when they questioned him in a reunion? Was like, so why were you always on your phone? And his response was, well, I'm away from my students, and I like to, like, I'm the type of administrator who's like in their face. I need to know what's going on. Do y'all think he was really on his phone with his students?
no.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
There's
I-
no
I don't
way.
know
Wait,
why
first
he
of all,
keep
why
coming with
administrator?
that story.
What administrator has to deal with students? That's why you become
Well, he's
an
a
administrator.
principal of a
Sweetie, I
school.
understand, but no principal can text my motherfucking kid. If a principal is texting my child, that is a
or
no way.
texting me as
Well,
a parent.
as
that
parents,
And
he
might-
was
even-
saying basically parents.
No, ma'am.
and-
No parents are going to be texting their principal like that.
I've been
Bitch,
gone for 3 weeks and
Right.
I need to catch up. Like,
you a
who's
fucking lie.
missing you like
You
that?
are a lie. You are a lie, girl.
All
you were
the time.
The people that were missing him were the people who were in his Grinder account.
DMs.
Oh no, his Grinder account, bitch. Because he's had a. But I just thought that it was very wrong for him to do that. I think it's very wrong for you to go on a show that is called Love Is Blind and knowing that you are really not into women.
But I think he was hoping that maybe
He was
this
not
would-
hoping, bitch.
No, you
He
don't
wanted to
think so?
get some fucking attention. he wanted to be on television.
Yep,
Because I think
that's
that
what
was
I
a
said.
bad look, though. Like as a principal,
Okay, he don't care.
We look at it as a bad look.
He doesn't
but
care.
he's looking at it like I'm getting some celebrity out of it
But not for principal, but
for self.
for people, for fans, for people that can follow me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you don't ever have to be a principal all your life.
Yeah,
You could get.
can
I mean, you
switch
have that degree.
careers.
You've already got your doctorates and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't even matter if you be a principal anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can do different things. A principal, you're not going to make as much money as you go into some type of private type thing. So that's all I'm saying. But I think that it was more for him. It's more for people to see him. It's more for him to say, well, you know, I was on blah, 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 blah. But also, he can pretend that he was straight because as a gay person, I know that there are a lot of gay people who are attracted to men who have probably been in a relationship prior with a woman.
Yeah.
Because they're thinking, oh my gosh, this person is more straight. And then I'm going to be the first person, or I'm going to be that first man that he's really had all of this attention to. So I'm going to feel special. And so that's
Yeah.
why they go after, quote, straight men. But I'm just saying, yeah, he could have tried, but he knew before he got on the show that his intentions were not toward a woman, because you would kiss, like everybody who met their partner kissed their partner.
And when
They
they were
had
in
to
the
make
DR, there was a point where he was looking at Clay and AD making out, and he was like, yeah, get it, man. And I said, this look a little weird. So then I was like, are you looking at Clay?
Yeah, because remember whenever Clay came in and he was all disheartened because him and Eddie had kind of like were fighting and stuff, and then he was all over Clay, like trying to console him. Do you remember
Right,
that?
I remember that.
He was
And
trying
I
to
was
console
like-
him. I said, ooh. I'm like thinking, okay, Jeffrey, don't do it.
Well, I
Don't
just
do it.
think it's time for
Good.
Love is Blind to have an LGBTQ.
They already have a show like
season.
that. They have a few like
No,
that.
no. I think Love is Blind needs to have one. Love is Blind hasn't had one.
No, they haven't.
And I think that
That would be cute.
that's what's necessary right now,
That would be
because
cute.
there are
But
so many
I would like to
who
host
keep
it.
showing up on these shows.
I want to host it. You hear me? I want to host it.
I think you could host it, but I'm just
I
saying.
need to find out. Why don't we try to do a Love is Blind thing? We need to find some fucking funding and shit. And so we could host Love is Blind.
Love is blind.
Okay, and we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back in 5 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, are we good on the drinks? Are you good on everything?
Yeah.
What's our next subject?